Victims of domestic violence do not bring violence upon themselves. They do not always lack self-confidence. They are not as abusive as their abuser. Sometimes they find themselves in this predicament, and some of them do not even know what to do, who to talk to, or where to go. This is HAZZY'S Corner. As usual, my studio guests are seated, but before I do any introduction, let's go and acknowledge our sponsors, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. It is still HAZZY'S Corner, and the topic for today is domestic violence. Yes, let me quickly go straight to the point. Let me introduce my guest. And yeah, so on my left is Georgina Adote. She's been here before, and then she's a human resource practitioner, a motivational speaker, a writer, and artist manager. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation again.
Thank you for calling me.
All right. And then I have my beautiful mommy here. She is in the person of Shemima Kadiri. She is the CEO of Ghana Classics Men Trend and also Shemima's Trend. She is a philanthropist. And one I know that she didn't want people to know, I know she's a producer as well. I've leaked your secret. Anyway, thank you so much for coming on the show. God bless you. Okay, now the troubling issue here, domestic violence. I know I will not wake up one day and wish or expect somebody to abuse me. You know, so I mean, in your own words, let me start with Shemima. In your own words, what is domestic violence?
In my own words, I will just put it in a very short sentence. It's a situation where you find yourself in an environment where you are not comfortable, where you are not able to express yourself freely, where you are not able to live in a liberal way, like every human being should, especially a woman.
Okay, all right. Let me just pause there. She said, especially a woman. Okay, Georgina, what can you say about domestic violence?
Okay, first of all, domestic violence, since it's domestic, meaning it happens in our homes.
Okay.
So it's mostly any kind of act which is intentional. There should be the intention to either cause harm or to do any wrong to the other party that you have an intimate relationship with. That happens in our homes. So that is domestic violence. It can be physical, it can be psychological, it can be emotional, it can even be finances, but I'm sure we'll go into that. So any type of harm or anything that you do to the other party, that is sits on the person's rights, but that does not allow the person to have the free will to exist and to act and to be happy in a conducive environment at home.
Okay.
And most of the times too, it doesn't even have to be with an intimate person, someone you have intimate relation with.
Yes. Seriously, we have to come to that because
I think intimacy doesn't just talk about sex.
No, so that I know.
So even in the home,
even to the children,
even housemates.
Housemate.
You don't usually have that intimate relationship with your housemate because they are just your worker, your domestic helps. You are busy. You don't even have time to bond with your kids. So you understand. Most people don't have relationship with their mates. They are like, I'm going to work, take care of my kids, keep them, and they are gone.
Yes,
and they don't even have time to bond with their kids.
Yeah, and we are very conversant with the common type of abuse, which is the physical abuse. I mean, let's shed more light on the types of abuses that exist. Let's hear from Shemima.
Each time this topic comes up, I have two feelings about it. It makes me so emotional, and sometimes I feel like I'm responsible because I'm not able to do enough to either care or just empower the victims to come out of it or to empower themselves. It's sad that in every home, at least, these things go on.
Yes.
But we are quiet about it. We are quiet about it, and mostly it is the cultural aspect of it. The society itself has a major role to play in it. It's sad that most of the times we see the women falling victims, becoming victims of it, but it will interest you to know that there are men who suffer it also.
Okay.
But because they are men, society sees them as men, so they can't come out with it.
Yes.
And voice. So there are so many types of it.
Imagine come out and say, my wife beats me. Come on.
Come on. In Ghana. Hello. Even in school, when you happen to beat your mate who is a male, look at the mockery, the stigma, you see. And it doesn't have to be just physical, mental, emotional, economic, or financial aspect of it. There's so many types of abuses, that verbal abuse. Even I could even be abusing you right now that we're talking without knowing. Sometimes we don't, the person doesn't even know what he's doing. But sometimes too, the intention is there. I want to hurt this person's feelings. Okay, what can I do to hurt this person's feelings? So I have to say things that will really get to the person. At the end of the day, the person is depressed due to the verbal abuse that you've just rendered on the person. And the person is like, he's my mom, or she's my mom, he's my dad, he's my husband, that's my sister. People will talk, so let me keep it. And then from depression, it goes up there. And then you are always thinking, you are not yourself, you are confused, you are not focused. Nothing goes right in any domestic violent prone zones. Nothing. Nothing goes right around that areas, especially in homes where there are kids. Nothing at all.
Okay.
To add to that point, I think 2005, about 2,000 men came out and said their wives beat them. About 2,000 men in Ghana, they reported to the domestic violence unit that their wife beat them. That was in 2005. And it was the exact reaction.
You just laugh. People just like, really? You are not a man. You hear words like.
It's funny because society has portrayed men to be superior.
Yes, and the stronger.
The stronger sex, the most powerful. So, hello. How can I possibly witness my mom beating my dad when my dad is always like the macho man in the house? Hey, do this, hey, do that, don't do this, don't do that. And then you come out to say my mom beat you. Of course I'll laugh.
But that's the reverse. When we hear such stories, we just laugh about it. And I think that's a problem with Ghanaians. We laugh
and we do nothing about it.
Yes.
So
okay, let's talk about you see the men being abused. In this case, I feel it's probably not about the physical abuse in most cases when it comes to the men. How do women actually abuse men?
No, some women beat men. Come on,
sweetheart, some women beat men. But let me tell you, a woman beating you is better than a woman giving you verbal abuse. It can break you.
Can render you useless.
You see, if a woman
it depends on the individual involved.
You understand?
Because there are some people when you shout at them or you say anything to them, it doesn't really get to them like you touch them. And there's some people, they will say, I prefer for you to, let's say, insult me than to beat me.
Yes.
Others will say, I prefer for you to beat me than to. So I think
it depends on the individual. But either ways, no man can stand verbal abuse from a woman, no matter how he pretends to
And
be
vice
okay with
versa.
it, and vice versa. But women will be like, the worst thing you can do to a man, a woman will tell you that, hey, this man nearly gave me yawa. But if you do it to a man, he won't come out for 1 week. You understand?
Yes.
It's like women can show certain things off and just brush certain things off, but a man, because of the ego,
No, but I think women rather keep things in them and it rather affects us.
no, they keep, you know.
We will come out and say, but at the same time, I think men are rather the people who can easily let things go as compared to women.
We are talking
No,
about
as in women hold on to it.
You
But
understand?
but-
Like right now, if we are in a public place,
Yes.
you see women who work in public place and they are like, I'm aware.
Yes.
But you see that she will still come and pass by.
Yes.
You understand? But let a man pass by and let women give him some bad vibes. Abusive, like you are ugly, you are this, you are that. The next time, even if you see him passing by, he'll be having a cap or wearing a hood so that you don't recognize him.
Yes.
You get the picture now. So it's like, it's either ways, but most of the time, the women suffer it more. Because you know, women are like fertilizer. Anywhere you spread them.
I'm sorry, I
I
beg to
think she's
differ.
saying women
No.
suffer it more.
No,
because,
I beg to differ.
Yeah,
I think
women
she's saying
suffer
women
it
suffer it more because she's thinking about the physical abuse.
Yes, that's what I want to say.
Because-
I beg to differ because the men also the men actually suffer more because we have more nagging women, even more than the
What
men.
causes the nagging?
But at the
But
same
whatever
time,
it
let's
is-
look at what
A
brought the
young
domestic
lady-
violence bill.
Yeah.
2007, Ghana passed that, the domestic violence bill. And then the forms that they looked at, before they passed the bill, of course, there was a research done. So physical abuse was part of it. We had sexual abuse, which is also part of it. We had the verbal abuse. We had the economic or financial abuse. So there was, and then the psychological or
aspect of it.
emotional abuse. So these are all things that happen in our homes. And unfortunately, when we ask about the domestic cases, let's say in Ghana or even in the world recently, you mentioned top people like Tonti Dike that said
Yes,
she was beaten.
beaten.
And the funny aspect of that issue that came up was people on social media were saying even if the man beat Tonto has a very sharp mouth.
Yes.
She's the type that is like she would
Yes,
cause so whatever it is, she was verbally, even without people being in their homes, they were just saying from looking at Tonto's character, she would definitely push the man to it and verbally
Judging
abuse
from
them.
the screen,
So,
not the reality.
yes,
But
we
that's
all,
not
we
fair.
all don't know what happened in their homes. That's
Of
a
course,
version.
of course.
So let's just assume that she was also verbally abused. It's an assumption because it has not even been proven the husband also beat.
Beaten, yes.
So let's assume that the husband
No,
beat
there
her.
are videos and pictures.
Those are
But what-
those are
did
videos
we
she brought
see-
out.
Yes, did we see
But we
it
didn't see
physically?
the man
From the
physically.
Ghana embassy. She even gave
The
reference.
same police said. The same police also said Tonto's story is contradictory. The same Ghana police. So let's not go into there. But I'm just using that as a scenario that the public were saying, most of the public were not really on Tonto's side saying she is also the type that could push a man to the wall.
Yes.
So let's look at this scenario. If she's verbally abusing the man, we are not saying she's doing that, but if she's doing that, that is not what most people don't talk about that. And most
That's
people
the
don't
point.
see it as an abuse.
As an abuse, that is
But
what.
the woman can push you to the wall.
Yes.
That's not to say the man has a right to beat
beat
a
you.
woman.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. So when you say a man is abusing the woman, look at the other side. You probably don't know what she's saying. Maybe she's even goading him on, come and beat me, come and beat me. Then he also hits her. So both of them have abused each other. But we tend to look at the physical abuse. Because of course a woman will come with a bruises. The man, nothing to show for, because even if you hit him, it will take a long time before.
Yes.
So
But
that
a
is-
woman
so
just
you
one
see,
slap and
so
then
we
your
have
eyes is
different
swollen.
types of abuse, and they are all equally important.
That's the funny aspect
They are all
of it.
equally important.
Last night, as if I knew I would be coming here, last night, a neighbor came to my house. She's actually a Northerner, Buzanga woman, but the lady in question is a Frafra. And she had to come and she's like, my son and my daughter, my daughter-in-law, they just left the house angrily. So I don't know what is going on. And I'm like, what happened? And from what she narrated, she was on her son's side. You understand?
Yes.
So I went ahead to talk to her husband, that is the father-in-law of the lady, and he revealed what I wanted to hear. You understand? And the thing is that the woman in question is someone who is suffering with you. I've witnessed the girl suffer in that area. It's like she will carry a pineapple, go and sell, come back, come and carry pure water, go and sell, come and cook, you come and eat. The children will go to school. The pressure is on the woman. And then the little you get, you flirt with it. So she complains and you beat her up.
And she just complains, and it's not a matter of insults, taunting.
No. The matter of insult is what I'm coming at. When someone is bitter, when people do so much and they realize that what they do is not being appreciated, it brings bitterness.
Then you better opt out.
You can't opt out. Sometimes you have to voice out.
That is also an abuse. That is what we need to clarify.
So you abuse someone to be abused, then you abuse again.
So the abuse goes on.
So the abuse goes on. But right now too, if you say you are opting out, it's another difficult issue. Because
because
in our society
so much.
Aside even the investing, even your own family members and your own female friends will encourage
you to stay.
No, baby, Andrew.
No,
thank you. Exactly what the woman said yesterday.
And of course, they will say that. But the issue is, if you should all, I hope by the time we leave here, we will be able to educate our viewers and let them understand that most of us, even some of us sitting here, or maybe probably all of us, we are going through a form of abuse that we probably don't know because we don't consider that as a type of abuse.
Okay.
She mentioned the fact that the husband was flirting with another lady. That's also an abuse because that's sexual abuse. If you just sexual abuse is not just
that one is he being a cheat. He cheating.
Yes, you know why it's an abuse.
Infidel or
that's an abuse. That's a sexual abuse. It's part of the sexual. It comes under the sexual abuse because
the sexual abuse should be direct to the woman. It's when the woman is not in the mood for sex and you force yourself on the person.
No, that's an aspect
your
of
partner. So the person cheating on you.
I'll hold that thought.
Okay, so let's quickly go for a commercial break. We are coming back to that.
Yes, I'll hold that thought.
Yes, alright. So viewers, we'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. This seat is getting hotter and hotter. Okay, Georgina was saying something. She said cheating is sexual abuse. And Shemima is saying it is not. Yeah. So I don't know now. Right now I'm confused. Which is which? Georgina?
It's not sexual abuse.
But I think she's getting confused.
Cheating is wait, I'll come there. When you are cheating on your partner, the person you are cheating with, the third party, is the one who is facing the abuse because the person doesn't probably know that you have a wife or you are committed. You understand? You are just using the person sexually for your own selfish gains. Okay. But the one that suffers in your home, domestically, is your wife, who is going to suffer the emotional aspect of it. So in your course of you cheating, your wife is suffering the emotional abuse. You are rendering emotional abuse to your wife, knowingly or unknowingly. Okay. You understand? Because in this case, you are not having the sex with your wife. You are having the sex with someone else. And that bothers your wife. Yeah. She doesn't like it.
I'm actually grateful for this platform because I think, as well as educating ourselves, we're able to educate the public.
Yes. Of course.
Most of these types of abuse, you see that they interlap.
Okay.
Something that is physical can even fall under sexual abuse. Yes. Even you realize that most of the physical abuse goes with sexual abuse. Most of the victims, if any victim has been raped or has been coerced into doing something sexually that the person is not interested in doing, mostly it goes with the physical abuse. So most of these things interlaps. But that is not to say that if you cheat on your wife, it is not also a form of sexual abuse. It is part of sexual abuse.
How is it sexual?
Let me explain it. When you talk about sexual abuse, it has many forms. One form is that is why I said most of you, even maybe some of you sitting there, you are being abused sexually by your husbands or by your partners, but you are not aware. Because you don't consider it as a form of sexual abuse.
How?
If the person sleeps with another party, somebody that not you, and the person comes back to you, that is abusing you sexually, because you can get transmitted diseases. The person is sleeping with you whilst the person has had carnal knowledge of another person, and you think that is he's not abusing you in that form.
No.
I'm having sex with my husband. My husband has slept with another party. And my husband comes to me without my knowledge that he's been with another party. And I also lie down.
But he comes to you with your consent. That not without your consent.
It's a form of sexual abuse because I am not aware you are sleeping with another party. I can get AIDS, I can get gonorrhea. You think you've not abused me sexually?
That is what is causing you the emotional abuse.
I'm not saying it's not part of emotional. It is
the psychological abuse comes there because you've given me gonorrhea. Now I have to suffer with it, live with it.
What would happen if I would be emotionally worried? What would happen? You sexually abuse me.
No, it's not an abuse because he's not forcing you into it.
Sexually, that is causing harm. It's sexual abuse.
No one kisses to tell. I mean, so he goes out to cheat.
That is why it's
he goes out to cheat. When he comes back to you, he doesn't force himself on you. He has carnal knowledge with you.
Did I know he
with your you don't know. That is why he didn't force you. You allowed him. And then later on, you realize that you have an infection. You understand? So this infection is going to traumatize you psychologically. He gave it to you.
Sexually.
How did you know it's sexual? How did you know it's sexual?
He slept with me after having prior knowledge of another person, intimate.
No, how did you know? Because you said you weren't there.
Okay, what if you catch
I'm not saying
you know something like hepatitis. You know something like hepatitis. You don't have to have sex with the person.
You can kiss and that is, but who says sex?
You don't even have to kiss. You know that.
I don't. Sweat also does that. If I use a towel and use it.
Yes.
So that is different.
If I sit close to you and you are sweating in church, or people get it through church and all that.
That is a different
but
thing.
If you're saying sexual abuse is your husband cheating on you
and coming back to me,
that is what I don't understand. You
because you are abusing me sexual. How did I get
if that's the case, we are all being abused.
That is what I'm saying.
Of course, every guy cheats.
I'm trying to let you people know that you are being abused, but you don't know. Thank God.
Every guy cheats, and that is very wrong. And that is one thing I think that should be a whole topic on its own.
Not every guy doesn't cheat. Let's just clear that.
No, not every guy, but let's say majority.
Not every guy.
Not sexually.
Majority.
Please,
not every guy.
If a guy should see another woman and go like,
not
wow, this woman is sexy, madam, that is cheating.
Not, of course, that is cheating. But
yes,
not every guy.
So
you can't just generalize.
So are you saying
let's
the man
most guys do that?
Most guys do that,
but not
let's say majority.
But even
majority,
yeah. I think
almost every guy.
Almost every guy.
If you are allowed to Google sexual abuse and find a definition. That's what I'm saying. That you need to understand the concept. What concept are we dealing with? Any form of abuse that you do to me. So how did I contract before I would even become worried that I got gonorrhea? How did I get gonorrhea? You abused me.
Could you tell as to whether the person had the gonorrhea even before getting married to you?
So I don't know. That is why I'm saying that. But most of the abuses that we are going through doesn't mean that we necessarily have to know where it's coming from.
That's what I'm saying. That
but
if the man goes out
can we clear this issue? Can you Google it?
No,
that one.
Is there okay, you know what?
Can do that.
Now my worry now is okay. If anyone is sexual, or no, not even sexual, is being abused. A lot of people, most of the advice is opt out. So it means that if my husband is cheating, I have to divorce him now. Or
you are putting yourself at risk. He's cheating.
They're not married 20 men.
You understand?
Yeah,
he's
you
cheating.
understand?
You can get sexually transmitted disease.
The thing is that
on
a more serious note, no abuse is too small and no abuse is too big. Every abuse is an abuse. What you can take, I can take. I can't stand my husband with another man, another woman. Maybe you can stand your husband with another woman, but you can't stand your husband not providing for you. Yes. I might not have a problem with my husband not providing for me. Yeah. You understand? So sometimes it depends on the individual's ability and capabilities as to how to manage whatever abuse that the person is going through. But we have a problem. It's an abuse. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That it doesn't have to. We don't have to say this one is small, this one is big. Every abuse is an abuse. Yes. You understand? What we should be concentrating on is how to make sure that those abuse don't recur. They don't keep coming. they put a stop to it, or if they occur, how we are going to handle it to make sure that that abuser does not get free.
How does
that is what.
How does it stop even if you don't understand the abuse itself?
So everybody does. No, listen.
Yeah, she's making a point. You really need to understand when you are being abused. You need to know the signs.
You need to know what is even there.
Do you know that even kids, when you insult them or when you shout at them and you give them food, they don't eat joyfully as to when in a play mood with them and you give them food.
Yes.
Have you noticed?
Yes.
Most people who have lived with kids, or most mothers would attest to this. They know. They don't know the name of it, but they know that what you did to me is not what you should do to me.
No.
So I'm not happy.
I beg to differ, because if you don't understand, not on the kids issue, I'm still on the abuse issue. If you don't understand that what the person is even doing to me, and I'm saying a lot of people,
that's what I'm saying, that
certain things, not abuses.
We have given it
if you don't see it as an abuse, if you don't see it as an abuse, how would you be able to even fight for it or stand on your ground and say, I'm not taking it?
We have given it a name as an abuse. But in those days, in our domestic, just take our local homes, for example, our illiterate parents, our illiterate siblings. Do they know what abuse is? But they know when you treat them wrong. That is why when you beat a wife and someone gets to know of it, they either report it to the chief or they report it to an elderly person in the family.
It even depends on the intensity of the beating.
You understand? Yes.
It depends.
If you slap the person,
slap your wife, nobody will report it to the chief for slapping.
Listen. It depends on the community.
So that is what I'm saying, that we need to first of all understand that.
Like in my home,
what is abuse?
In my hometown, but we have people who can't read and write. They don't know what an abuse is. Yes. So you have to practically show them and teach them. You understand? You have to let them know, oh, people were smart. And you're wrong. You have to say it. Tell someone. Let the person help you out. Okay. You understand? Right. So it doesn't always have to be the literal aspect of it. The looking at the bright side of it. Okay. As to the enlightened side of it. No, there are so many people who go. There are people, excuse me to say, are educated illiterates. They are educated, all right, but they don't know the types of abuses. Okay. You'll be surprised that even for me to even get to know about this economic abuse aspect, it's not even up to like 2 months. Yeah. I just learned of, I know of the other, but I didn't know the economic.
Where my worry comes in.
Okay,
that's why I'm so stressing.
Yes, your worry
there
comes in.
There are a lot of
abuses. Yeah, we are going to discuss the abuses that quickly. Let's cut. Okay, now let's quickly look at the signs of an abusive partner. You know, some of us, we see clearly. See, sincerely, I even have friends who have made such mistakes. She started giving excuses like, oh no, it was my fault. I did this, that was why he slapped me. You understand? That was even in the dating before they got married. After they got married, it was worse. So let's look at the signs of an abusive partner.
Okay, the signs are, it should be consistent. That particular, you can't just say a one-off thing and then you call the person an abuser. Okay. That could be a mistake. That's why we define domestic violence or abuse as something that is intentional and is consistent with the person. Okay. And mostly one sign that you see is that after the abuse, they'll just come and apologize. Tell you, I'm really sorry. And they will really look sincere. So you see that the person is happy with you, everything is going on well. This minute, the next minute, there's a problem. And then you see the person that sometimes we make the excuse and we make the mistake of thinking, oh, he loves me too much whilst dating before, let's say, marriage. Yeah. He always wants you to be at his place, or he always wants to be with you. Even when you say, I'm going out with my female friends, he says, tell them I'm coming with you, or don't go. And you say, oh, he loves me so much. He always, there's a problem with the person.
Yeah. I mean, Shema, you know, some go as far as even stalking you, checking your phone, text message.
When you are dating, that is why it's very important to date. And when you are dating someone, you have to also pay attention to the red flags. You don't have to brush them off. Sometimes it might not be consistent now, maybe once in a while, but look at the situation that made the person react. It can tell you a lot. Because if you mistakenly, maybe probably playfully hit him and he can't take that joke and he has to hit you back so hard, like times 10 what you did, then you have to be like, be aware. Because some people are very possessive. Even if you are talking to your mother on phone, put it on loudspeaker. Even if you are going to school, they are like, what time are you starting classes? What time are you closing? If you're closing at 3 o'clock and you get to the house at 3:15, he's like, how many minutes did you enter bathroom?
On that note, I was with a girl in university, and can you believe this girl, instead of going to lectures, the boyfriend would lock her in the room.
Hey,
yes. No male friend or even not a female friend should come and visit the girl at the hotel.
So you see that this girl will still be there and you'll be wondering,
and he beats her.
Why is she still with him?
Exactly. That's my next question. You know, why do victims still stay in abusive relationships?
For a lot of reasons. I have a friend, she might be watching me right now. I'm not going to mention names, but I have a friend, she's independent, very hardworking, beautiful. But I don't know why she tolerates that from the boyfriend. Wow. To the extent that this guy had to hit her for her to get a miscarriage. And he still came back to say he's sorry, he has repented, it will never happen again. And then she foolishly went back. What gave her the thumbs up is when he had the guts to beat her in front of her mom.
Wow, that's serious.
You know why this
and that is when, and for no reason. She's a businesswoman. She travels.
It's for a reason.
No, wait.
Because she's been told, and society has told her that with a successful woman is nothing without a man.
You understand?
She's not the only man.
No, but she's not even her husband.
He's a man.
No,
he's a man.
But that's the annoying part. Yes. He is not even the husband.
The husband. This is a lady who works so hard. She goes to Nigeria to buy things, comes back, and then the time she called to say she has arrived in Ghana, you expect her to be in your house at that same time. It doesn't make sense. She will have to get down. She has to unpack and sure her goods are intact. But to the extent where she realized that, and if all women can say no when it gets to a point of saying no, all these things will stop.
And society.
She decided to step her foot, and I personally told her that I don't have anything to tell you. All I have to tell you that is when you die, one thing I can promise you is I will attend your funeral, and I'll make sure I will enjoy myself so much because I didn't advise you to be this foolish.
Okay,
and she knows I'm serious. No, sometimes when you're advising somebody, you have to put that empathy aside. Be raw with the person. Let the person see the reality of it.
It's so bad. 1 in a million, because a lot of people.
It's so bad.
A lot of people will not say what you are saying.
It's so bad.
But do you know that some of them have? Okay, we've seen cases of some women. And the men end up pouring acid just because he.
That is the funny aspect. Right now, just last December, she got married. And see, when I see how the husband is treating this
was girl. Was she getting close to 30s?
No! This is a girl who just turned 26 years.
Usually. Because the point is, if right now there's a female that is going to be appointed as a minister, if the person is not married, I'm telling you, the same people that we are sitting here talking will be like she's not married. But we do that a lot. Let's not pretend here.
It's very true.
If you want any political appointment or any high position, even the MD, you need to be that.
But you know the funny thing, all these ladies who are holding positions in society, I've never for once even tried to find out if she's a missus or a mess.
Some of them are divorced.
You understand? Like I don't even find out about that. What I know is a woman is in power and I'm okay with that.
That is you. Yes. But majority will not do
that. Majority will not do that.
So that is it. We want to keep a man at all costs. It doesn't really matter how.
But it's just want to keep when it's happening to the young ladies.
And why is it that we don't make the men? If there's a marriage and then it breaks, why don't we say the man is a failure? But hardly say that.
Never.
The woman is a failure. And you don't want to be
especially in our Zongo communities.
You don't want to be called a failure.
I will talk from my religion point of view.
Yes.
When there is a divorce, they will not ask.
Is the woman that
what? the husband, oh, this woman, by now cry, she doesn't cook. By now she doesn't sex the man well. By now she doesn't do this. She doesn't do, of course it's the woman.
Because we always say the woman who keeps the home.
Yes. So can you believe I have this friend who is married and she's fortunate to have her sister-in-law stay with her, and she doesn't have to go to the market. Everything is stocked in the kitchen. Her own is to just leave work early or probably make time to cook, so that when the husband comes back from his work, he can have something to eat. But no, this friend of mine will not do that. The husband will have to come home, cook indomie, or buy food outside and come and eat. Yes, sir, the whole world will hear of them if he goes out of that house without putting that pocket money or housekeeping money down. So you look at this, and then the society will tell you that the woman, she's a woman, you have to be soft on her. No, the woman is abusing the man.
At the same time, there will be other forms of issues that are happening in the home you might not be privy to. Yes, as we have said, it could be that the man is also sexually depriving her of what she needs.
Oh, for who I know. For those people I know, like my friend that I'm telling you, she's my friend.
Okay,
I
so
know them. I know her.
But sometimes,
but I don't buy her attitude at all. Okay. So it got to a time that the man started looking elsewhere, to the extent that he nearly got married. So had he not been my husband, you understand? He nearly, Muslims, we don't, the men, they don't waste time. Yeah. You understand?
But I'm saying that there could be other forms of, it could be neglect, not even sexual, but other forms of neglect. There are partners who come home and don't even chat with their wives. They're on their phone or doing something else.
And vice versa.
So probably I'm using your friend's situation
for my friend, for that my friend, don't even go to her.
You can never tell.
Because she is lazy.
Okay.
Look, she knows everything.
She's suffering somewhere.
Okay. She's not suffering.
I'm with your friend. Hallelujah. I need such
a
man.
All right. Yeah. That's why I always tell her I jealous her. Okay. I jealous her because with the kind of man she has there,
but
at least the cooking aspect.
That is one thing you need to know.
All right. Then because of time, I mean, it really looks like we have to come back and finish this topic because
I'm so enjoying it.
I know, right? Okay, so let's take final words from let's start with you. Yeah.
We've spoken about domestic violence, and then we are saying that there are a lot of forms of domestic violence. There are different types. We've mentioned that there's physical, there's sexual, we've mentioned that there's emotional, there's financial aspect of it. So any type of abuse, just anything that your partner is doing that is not making you to be who you are, is not allowing you to be your person. If the person takes decision for you, make sure that you opt out of that relationship. Or if you are married, seek the counselor's help. And to the counselors, if they are beating a woman, don't say she should stay in that marriage. A lot of people are dying. You have reasons why people stay. Some of them is because the man is threatening her. Yes. And there are many instances where people have walked out on their partners. Let's say reported it at the police station and still got killed. I don't know if you saw that viral video went on. There was a young a radio. No, that guy was a radio presenter. I can't remember which radio. He and the wife were having squabbles in their home to the extent that beatings came in. The wife went to the police station, reported the incident, and the police, and that's what they mostly do in Ghana here. I don't know about elsewhere. But then they'll just say, this is a domestic dispute, just take it home. The lady killed a man. A young man, 29, he's barely 30 years. He's dead and gone. So if these people had been separated, or they would both be alive today.
Yes.
So some stay because they've been threatened, and really if they should walk out of that relationship, the man can kill him.
Yes.
So because of that, or because there's no man, the woman is dependent, and she mentioned the fact that probably the woman is lazy. It's not all the time. I mentioned that our education system is not preparing us for this world to make something economical, because they are just teaching you books that are irrelevant. You come out and the person can't get a job, finds the money, is taking care of it. And I'm saying that even the housewives, they do a lot.
So the guy
more than the ones working.
To school and go and learn pi r square.
See, what is he going to use that for? But even the housewives do a lot. So even if your wife is a housewife, I don't care if she asks you for pad money. You actually allowed her to be a housewife. If you think you're not okay with this, let's say get a job. But unfortunately,
it's no joke.
Unfortunately, the men who have money, they are the ones that even keep their learned women at home.
Of course.
Yes. Because he's afraid another woman, a man will go and look at her and propose to her. So you see, these people who commit this domestic violence against their partners, most of the time, they have a problem. Yeah. It could be psychological. They themselves have a problem. And they need to see counselors, they need to see therapists, they need help.
Yeah.
Because nobody can abuse anybody for nothing. There should be something out there which is not working, which is not making the person behave as he's supposed to behave. And this, I'm advising the women in abusive homes. If you have children, it's better to seek help. If it's not working, walk out. Because statistics shows that most of the abuses that we are seeing now in our current generation, those men, I'm emphasizing on men because most of the time it's the men who abuse the women. Not that the women don't, but then most often. These men grew up also from abusive homes. So you see the cycle continues.
Yes.
He sees the father beating the mother, he doesn't like it. No child likes seeing the father beat the mother. But you see what you see growing up, you end up doing the same thing when you grow up.
Normal.
So it's not like the man wants to beat the wife, but he sees the father do it repeatedly. That's why I said domestic violence is repeated.
Yes. The thing is that
he goes into his
own,
and that's the same thing.
The first counselor you need in any abusive home is you and your partner. You are the first counselors. Because if you are doing something that I don't like, that I feel is restricting me, is depressing me, if I don't tell you about it, you won't know. Probably you don't even know what you are doing is, you understand. So you talk it out. You talk it out with your partner. If you talk it out with your partner on 1, 2, 3 occasions and you realize that your partner is not reasoning with you, you seek for a third opinion.
Okay.
You understand?
And let's
you
stop
seek for a third,
people,
and let's stop bringing outsiders.
Okay.
You understand? The only person you can go to is your mom or your dad.
Even your mom and your dad, I'm telling you, that
is what I'm saying. It's when you try to solve it and you don't get to solve it. Then that is when you bring someone who is higher than you. Probably someone, maybe your partner might feel shy or respect or regard that will listen to. You understand? So we should really take this serious.
Yes.
It's much more serious than we are portraying it. We are discussing it, but the one feeling it is really feeling it. Much way worse.
So you die
than we perceive it. You understand?
Yeah. Thank you very much, my lovely and beautiful guest. Yes, if you are in any abusive home, please seek help. There is help out there. I mean, ask, talk to people. Anyway, time will not permit us now. So,
and one more thing, marriage is not oxygen. Please, if you are dying in it, please, walk out. Wait, as long as you are not lazy, you can make it.
Okay, so walk out if you are not happy.
Don't
if
just
your life
walk out.
is precious.
Seek help first.
Okay, seek help first before walking out.
Thank you so much.
Don't forget to join us next time. Trust me, I'm sure you have a lot of time. Thank you very much, viewers. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye.